Juga pertama sekali tahniah dapatkan P1 untuk hari ini.
Azmi dan Nur Fatihah.
Satu untuk hari ini.
Free practice yang kedua. 2:24.751 saat. Yang tidak jauh di belakang adalah Suaki.
Nakib Rifki now comes across line with slipstream, so this should be good for Nakib Rifki. Comes across the line. 224.9, it is good. We are down into the 224s.
Bukan masa 37 dalam 2 saat. Inilah bukanlah masa yang kompetitif. But at the same time, we have Nakib Rifki Zulhelmi set the fastest time in Sector 1 and Sector 3. Now, they are all Sector 4 untuk menamatkan bagi lap yang kedua untuk mereka.
Of course, this is the first time that we've ever had the individual Honda Thailand Talent Cup here in Sepang and joining us in the Malaysia Superbike Championship. So, first of all, we'd like to also say Saudi Cup and Yindi Tonrap. Welcome to Sepang and the Malaysia Superbike Championship. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Of course, we've had the Asia Talent Cup coming to Sepang for well over a decade now. And this Talent Cup really serves as a feeder for the Asia Talent Cup as well. You know, I see now Nakib Rifki Zulhami as well, who we've seen from Prashas Malaysian Cup Prix, and Pancharuk, who's a really talented young Thai rider. Napat Jatoom as well on screen. These are two names who have really stood up for me from Thailand. Definitely Honda Thailand will be looking at them to be pushed further onwards to follow the footsteps of the likes of Somkiat Chantra. Nguyen Hu Tri, another talented Vietnamese rider who we've come familiar with in this championship, the Malaysia Superbike Championship and the FIM Idemitsu Asia Road Racing Championship. Samyan Sabu, another one who's spent the season in the Malaysian Superbike Championship as well. A lot of good names from the Asian region in this class. Swakian Midet, another also talented Thai rider for the Honda Thailand Talent Cup. So a lot of names to look out for in this one. Of course, this project is being looked over by legends such as Muklada Sarapwech and Ratapak Wilarot.
Kali ini kita ada Napat Jatoom yang lakukan masa terpantas di sektor yang pertama 31.341 saat dan juga sektor yang kedua 33.092 saat. Terbaik peribadi dan I think almost all the riders sekarang melakukan masa lebih baik daripada lap sebelum ini, and they are setting the time terbaik peribadi mereka dalam semua bagi kesemua pelumba sebenarnya, kecuali dua pelumba teratas Nakib Rifki dan juga Muhammad Farid Sezli yang tidak melakukan masa terbaik peribadi pada 3 sektor. So we expect akan tengok catatan masa lebih baik, especially daripada Napat Jatoom. Mungkin melakukan masa di bawah 2 minit 26 saat. Dia akan sampai, ya betul, 2 minit 26.559 saat. Tapi sudah cukup untuk dia berada di atas. Nakib Rifki turun ke tempat yang kedua dengan Farid Sezli di tempat yang ketiga. Pancaruc naik turun tempat yang keempat. So kerana Napat Jatoom melakukan masa terbaik di sektor pertama dan 3 sektor lagi melakukan terbaik peribadi, pelumba nombor 3, 9 dan Nakib Rifki yang kita lihat sekarang ini tidak melakukan masa yang terbaik dalam kesemua sektor pada lap tadi. Be the moment untuk Nakib Rifki Zulhelmi, tapi dapat meneruskan. Now we have one more rider terpantas di sektor pertama, Swakian Miden yang melakukan masa 31.063 saat di sektor pertama.
Yeah, so okay, here's the replay of what happened to Nakib. He just got on the gas, and you can see the rear tire just running away. Again, the racing line is mostly dry, but there are still some damp patches. We have Swakian on the move now, but Nakib Rifki as well, even despite that sector 1 fastest.
Yep.
Hu 3 now went fastest as well in sector 2. This is interesting. The timings are getting quicker and quicker. Yesterday, of course, we saw Nakib Rifki, the number 9, clocking at 224.7, but Suakian Midet as well was only 0.034 behind, so plenty to look out for in this one. A lot of riders going quicker on this coming lap, and there's still well over 10.5 minutes left. We're following Napat Jatoom, who's just set the fastest sector 2 of this session. So everyone going quicker and quicker as they get used to the conditions. That's understandable. Sepang in 50-50 conditions, it's really intimidating, and of course for riders like Napat Jatoom and Sukian, these are all riders, Suakian, they are riders who are new to the Sepang International Circuit. It's not easy to understand it in these conditions. Interestingly enough, Nakib Rifki clocking in these times without any slipstream. As they do get slipstream, they should be at least a second or two faster. Although then again, when a rider is in the groove in the Talent Cup, they can pull out some impressive performances, and that's what Nakib Rifki is doing right now. Fastest sector 3 from Nakib Rifki. Makes his way down the back straight behind him, trying to get a toe. Our two riders, that's Fairul Farid Sesley, as well as the likes of John Nathan. Coming through, Viet Tuan and Savin Sabu go 6th and 7th respectively. Suakian goes to the top of the 225.5. This is much more like it. Can Nakib Rifki make a response? He comes across the line. Nakib Rifki goes 2nd. 225.5, the gap again between the pair of them. 0.0, very resemblant of free practice 2 yesterday, but this time round it's a role reversal. Nakib Rifki in 2nd. You can see the dark clouds in the background, and that's what's a bit intimidating here at Sepang. We are concerned weather-wise because we have had some proper rainfall for the past couple of days here. So it'll be interesting to see how these riders cope with it. Sector 1, Pachara now goes with the fastest Sector 1 time, and then Abimanyu Bintang Firmandi from Indonesia goes even quicker. So tell you what, everyone understanding the Sepang circuit as we go around, and this could bring the field much closer together. Look at what we're having now with the Indonesian Abimanyu and Pachara going around well. Suakian, another fast Sector 1 and the fastest Sector 2 coming in from him. So 224s are imminent. Looking out for the young Indonesian now as well. What can he do in this qualifying session? We're following his timing there. He currently sits 13th. There's Pachara. Pachara right now on this lap through the sector times. It looks like it's going to be a provisional top 5, potentially even a top 3 for him. Rifki lost time in Sector 1, but Sector 2 is going around well. We're following Pachara still from Thailand, number 20. 7.5 minutes left in this session. Who else is going around well? And Vitwan is going decently. Abimanyu, looking at the sector times, is going good. Pachara, every sector he's been quicker. Nakib Rifki, Sector 3 as well. He's gone even faster. Suakian in Sector 3 lost time, so I don't think Suakian is going to go much faster. Nakib Rifki now comes across line with slipstream, so this should be good for Nakib Rifki. Comes across the line. 224.9, it is good. We are down into the 224s. Where has Pachara gone? Pachara wasn't a good lap. Pachara only 13th fastest. Abimanyu has made it into the top 10. He's made it 9th fastest. 227, so a good rise to form for Abimanyu, the young Indonesian.
Namanya lagi masa untuk sesi kelayakan ini, and Nakib Rifki baru saja melakukan masa terpantas 2 minit 24.928 saat. Dia the first rider yang melakukan masa di bawah 2 minit 25. Semalam terpantasnya 2 minit 24.751 saat. kita ada 3 pelumba melakukan masa 2 minit 24, but understandable dengan keadaan hitam ni menyebabkan agak sukar sikit untuk mereka melakukan masa yang lebih baik. Tapi we have one more contender, Nguyen Hutri, seorang lagi pelumba yang berpengalaman di litar ini, melakukan masa terbaik peribadi sektor yang pertama. Sektor yang kedua terpantas 32.371 saat. Now dia berkedudukan baik untuk membaiki kedudukannya sekarang ni tempat ke-14 untuk naik ke atas, tapi dia lost time di sektor yang ketiga. Meanwhile, Swakian Midat nombor 18 melakukan masa terpantas peribadi dalam 3 sektor yang pertama, dan dia di sektor yang keempat sekarang ini menuju ke turn 15. Baik, nombor 18 dan 3 sektor pertama dia melakukan masa yang terpantas. Jadi kita akan tengok catatan masa Swakian Midat untuk dia naik ke atas. Bagi memadamkan catatan Muhammad Nakib Rifki yang sedang terpantas di litar sekarang ini, dia telah sampai. Dia betul dengan masa 20.24.875 saat merampas kembali kedudukan pertamanya. Sementara seorang lagi pelumba, Swakit Midat, berada di tempat yang keempat, naik tempat yang keempat. So we have 2 riders sekarang ni, Swakian Midat dan Muhammad Nakib Rifki Zulhelmi, melakukan masa 2 minit 24 saat. Jangan tinggal lagi 4 minit akan tamat bagi sesi kelayakan.
Yeah, improving on the previous lap. Nguyen Hu 3 up into 6. Bima as well has gone up into 7th. Abimanyu up into 8. So a good mix that we're having. Farid came back in and just came back out from pit lane. Jirapat Somsuk Bodi just come into pit lane. So I think might be the end of qualifying for him. Going fastest in sector 1 is Bima Pojanari. It's a good one coming in from the number 21. Currently sits in 7th, but the fastest sector 1. And you can see now when this slipstream, it is looking a lot better timing-wise. 24.8 already from Swakian. I suspect we will see 23s and 22s in the race later on. These bikes are nearly equal to the Asia Talent Cup bikes that have ridden here in Sepang many times in the past. So let's see what these young talents can do. We're following the timings of Viet Tuan Napat Jatoom, who's gone fastest in sector 2. Bima Pojanari set the fastest sector 1, but sector 2 just asking a little bit more. He's about half a tenth down than where the fastest sector 2 times have been. Viet Tuan currently still in an improving lap, so Viet Tuan might go down into the 25s or the low 26. Napat Jatoom sector 3 is where he lost time again, so looks like it will be an improving lap, but on this occasion it won't be enough. They will have one more opportunity. Swakit currently running in 4th, number 14. 2 siblings there, Swakit Midet and Swakian Midet. 4th and 5th respectively. Across the line, Pancharuk goes up into 4th. That's more like it from Pancharuk. We expect that from him. And Nguyen Viet Tuan up into 5th. That's a good one. Napat Jatoom on this lap, yes, he does improve to a 25.8, but only good enough to remain in 3rd. And we have a few more improvements as well. Panchara goes up into 6th. Some good changes in lap time. Wacharakon Wong Som as well up into 12th. And Vachiravit up into 9th. So again, the time remaining 1.5 minutes left. Nakaripke has just come out, so it's suspected just for the practice start. Sector 1 so far, Napat decent. Pancharok actually a really good sector 1 that he's just clocked in. Nguyen Viet Tuan in 5th with a decent sector 1. Sector 2 just lacking a little bit. I think on this lap, the ones to look out for, it's going to be between Abimanyu, who's improved through the first 2 sectors, and Pancharuk's on a decent one. So Pancharuk taking a very matured approach to this session. He's improving lap by lap and he's not taking too much of a risk. It's what we want to see. And again, Pancharuk is a name I've come familiar with. I think this is really the quality that we should know of him. Very, very mature approach to qualifying. They come around turn 14 now to make their way down the back straight. Tell you what, they still have 23 seconds left. It's going to be close, but they won't have enough time for another lap. Pancharuk, faster in every single sector. Abimanyu as well. He's gone faster in every single sector that he's ridden in on this lap. So Abimanyu, I think, the young Indonesian, might make it up into 6, but Pancharuk, can he put himself up a position? Pancharuk is at the front of this, so he won't get any slipstream. They come across the line. Pancharuk does a 25.3. He does improve, but he stays in third. Abimanyu is somewhere behind them. But as of right now, Hutri goes up into fourth. Abimanyu comes across the line. Sorry, it's just behind them. Let's see, is it going to be a 25? It is a 25. Abimanyu, the young Indonesian, Abimanyu Bintang Fermadi, goes up into third with a 25.177. You could see it coming for the young Indonesian. He was hungry for an improvement and ultimately manages to go all the way up into third. So in his first outing in Sepang, aboard the Thailand Talent Cup machine, he has managed to put himself onto the front row. What a ride. And Nakib Rifki Zulhelmi, the Malaysian, on the front row once again as well. So just confirmation.